Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the discussion thread, and as you can see, the dates on this one is pretty far back, but I think it is still a good thing to cover, and we do have some more recent dev replies on it as well. But without further ado, today we will be talking about pregnancy probability and pretty much, getting children and what's the probability of your wife getting pregnant in Bannerlord. And like always, I'm going to link it down below, and let's check it out. So the title is Disabled Infertility Chance and instead introduced a reduced pregnancy probability with every additional child. How much though? So this was one of the updates we did receive in 1.5.2, as you can see right here, or 1.5.3. I don't remember exactly which one it was, right? But we do have some more dev replies on here. Obviously, like I said, it was from a long time ago. But if we go to page 2, we have some more recent ones this Monday, which is a couple of days ago. And this is obviously March 2021. So I thought it would be cool to cover this, and maybe for people who didn't know some of these numbers, it would be a good thing to pretty much, in a way, rediscover, recount, just so you guys know more about it, right? Plus, I haven't seen any major changes to it since these changes, so I thought, why not? Let's go over it again. Alright, so first time with the original poster. The original poster says, "It's a magical time when I have to stop killing people and get pregnant to get what in the world? But it's not happening again, forcing me to think about the mechanics of it. My current main character is a 35-year-old femme, I don't know what that is, and had 10 babies so far. Last birth was twins. Game started 1.5.2 beta, carried into 1.5.3 beta. Okay. Do you know how much it goes down each child I have?" He's talking about the probability. "The last good info I got from you was outdated now, I suppose." Okay, so does the player character start with the same 30% chance or the 7% chance due to age now? Does the age still affect chance or just number of babies? My desire is to know at what point my main character can't just make any more babies so I can stop trying. If anyone knows the inners of the current builds, let me know. Alrighty, so the dev replied and said, "The child count reduces the probability in an inverse quadratic fashion. For example, the chance of pregnancy is divided by the square of child count with some constants, of course. So it's base chance divided by child count plus 1 squared. Okay, so it's base chance divided by, and then in parentheses, you take the child count plus 1, and then you square that. And then obviously that will be kind of your base chance. I mean, that will be your chance, right? And it's assumed that base chance is a constant of 1. So what does this mean? For example, if you have one child, your chance of getting another child is 0.25. Is that 0.25% or is that 25% is what I want to know. I think it's 25%. And if you have two child, it's 11, or it's 0.111. And then if you have three children, it's 0.062. He states, in the game, the base chance is not 1 and calculated based of age, so there are two variables affecting the pregnancy chance. Still, this will give you an idea on how it changes with respect to the number of children." Okay, so the base chance is actually different. It depends on game and age, as he states. But as you can see, the more children you have, it goes down drastically. In a way, it gets halved, as you can see. Okay. What else do we got? Okay, so then he responds and says, "Ah, man, math." So 18-year-old is 13 minus, oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. But let's see what the dev has to say about it. The dev states, if you have 10 children and you're 35 years old, it would be 13 minus 0. Jesus Christ. So it would, okay. So if you have 10 children and you're 35 years old, it would be a 0.42% chance of having another child, which is very, very low. This would mean if you stay with your spouse for a year, you would have a 3.5 chance of pregnancy calculated using this formula. But 11th child, where there is no child death, is an extreme case in my opinion. Okay. So he states, obviously, the more children you have, the way lower chance, as you can see. And I'm guessing this is 25%, if I'm not mistaken. So 25%. And this isn't the actual thing that might be in your game. Like stated in this example, the base chance is set to 1 as a constant. But in games, the base chance is not 1, and it is calculated based on age. So it could be a different number. But as you can see, regardless of that, you can see the change from 0.25 with 1 child to 0.11 with 2, and then 0.06 with 3. So it just keeps bumping down about half the amount, or half the chance. Okay. And now let's move on to the more recent post. So you have another question. It says, a question I've been wondering, in current versions, is the number of children penalty get reset if a man remarries, or is it marked on the male? Okay, so that's an interesting question. So if a guy gets remarried to another wife, does it get reset, or is the amount of children based on the man, or how's it based? Like, if the wife dies after having 4 kids, will getting a new younger wife be just like starting over with the same chance, pretty much making it so you, in a way, the system sees it as you have 0 children, or does the system see it that you have 4 children? Okay. And Dev Response says, yes, it does reset in a sense. It is not marked on the male, and male does not have any effect on the fertility chance, other than being in the same location. So if a male remarries to a new female with no children, the chance goes back to having 0 kids. Interesting. So technically, you can have infinite kids. Well, not infinite, but this is a really weird subject to talk about. Keep it a stack with you. Like, it's weird for me, I guess, because I'm a recent father, and it's just like a weird thing to talk about. But if you really think about it, if it's based on the woman in the situation, which makes sense, right? You could have like a big amount of kids, and then you can send your wife to battle plenty of times, and then eventually she will, hit the bucket, and then you can get another wife, and then have this, even more kids, and then even more, and then even more, and then even more. That's crazy if you think about it. It's messed up, but that's crazy if you think about it. So what we've learned in this video in terms of these chances is it's based on the woman and how much children she has, not the male. So if you remarry, your chances go back up to the same of having 0 kids, even if you as the male have, let's say, 4 kids, for example. And on the chance side of it, you start off with a pretty good chance. I'm pretty sure if you have 0 kids, it's almost guaranteed in a way that you might get a kid. And then if you have 1 kid, it's about 25%. Then 2 is about 0.11. Well, it's not 25%. My bad. How can I explain this? If you have 1, that's where this equation comes in. And then you need to plug in all these numbers if you really wanted to, and then you'll get a number. You'll get a chance, and then once you have 2 kids, that chance gets pretty much halved from the previous of having 1 child. And if you have 3, it gets halved again, and just keeps getting halved until it's so small it's nearly impossible. So there it is. Quick little lesson for you guys. I thought it would be a cool thing to pretty much go over, and there hasn't been much changes to it, so all this information still should be pretty valid. Let me know what you guys think. Ask me any questions and concerns, and like always, stay safe.